I see I'm live now. That's awesome. How are we all today? I have my little friend, my little girl, Eliana here, and Aries just came over to say hi. Hi, Puppo. And we're just hanging out in the yard this afternoon before it rains because it's supposed to rain a little bit later here today. But I just wanted to pop in here and talk to you or talk with you. You can feel free to comment in the chat and I will see it and can hang out for a few minutes here. But I just wanted to talk with you a little bit about a book I'm reading and a topic that I don't think is talked about enough, especially when we are moms of young kids and new mamas. Really? Here, you want to play with the flower? So, anyway, I'm reading this book called The Friendships of Women by Dee Breston, and it has been so good. I'm only like 2 chapters in or something like that, so I haven't even been reading very much of it yet, but it's so good. She's talking about the beauty and power of God's plan for us as women, specifically in how we need friendships in a different way maybe than men do, and how God created us for friendship. And as a mom of a baby, as a young mom, I think this is especially important and isn't talked about in our culture and such enough, or as much maybe as it used to when people lived with their extended family more or in more communal circles. And so she hasn't talked about this yet, but she talks about 3 biblical examples from Ruth and Naomi, from David and Jonathan, and Mary and Elizabeth about friendship. And one of the things that she talked about so far was this concept of parting scenes and greeting scenes. And I thought that this was specifically really helpful for me. And I would be curious your thoughts on this as well. Of this idea of greeting scenes and parting scenes, how oftentimes we don't even remember the very first time we ever met somebody, which is kind of funny because sometimes we end up having friends for a season or friends for for a shorter season or for a longer season. And a greeting scene, sometimes we actually do remember how we met somebody. We remember maybe an awkward conversation, or we remember a specific place that we met someone at. I can remember where I met Gabe, but he doesn't remember how I met him. So it's just an example, and that's a funny story for another time. So if you're interested in that, let me know if you'd like for me to share how I met him. But those greeting scenes, and then also the parting scenes, the ones where we have to say goodbye, whether that is a long-term goodbye, like someone moving away or even death, or whether it's a short-term goodbye, just saying goodbye for a couple months or for a short season. But those scenes can be more memorable for us. And she talks in the first chapter about how she is more intentional now about her parting scenes, about her goodbyes to people, whether she just walks somebody out to the car before they leave, or whether she makes sure that she is able to share how someone truly means to her when she has to say a more permanent goodbye. And I just thought that was so interesting because I don't think very much about greetings and partings that way. And I want to get better about that. I want to get better at sharing with people what they truly mean to me. I want to get better at gratitude in that way of thanking people who mean a lot to me and sharing why that is, right? But I'm excited to read this book because I'm excited to be more intentional and to grow in my ability to have deep friendship and to be a good friend. Because I know that if we're only as good of a friend as we only have as good of friends as we are one, right? So if this is something that is, I don't know, a desire of yours, let me know in the comments. Or if that's not your thing, let me know in a message too. I would love to hear from you. Just your desire. What do you look for in a friend? What qualities are important to you in friendship? And how can someone, especially if you have young kids or babies, in this specific season, how can someone be a better friend to you now versus maybe before you had kids? Or if you have older kids, how can could someone have been a better friend to you when you had young kids versus having older kids? So that's just one of the questions I have for you. As I'm learning about this more and thinking about it more right now myself, and as I'm enjoying a little bit of a good read this afternoon while I'm hanging out with Eliana before it rains out here in the yard. So if you're interested in learning more about the book, you can check out a link in the description of this video for the book, and some other fun stuff along with, things that I offer. We just got to start our baby music class this morning locally here, and that was so fun. Ellie had a blast, and I know the other babies and toddlers did too. So if you're interested in that, you can, I don't think I have a link for in the description of this video, but just comment below and I'll, pop a link in there. If you're interested in joining this month, we have 3 more left, or joining for July. So anyway, have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts on friendship, mamas. Have a great day.